like a villain, fighting myself, I'm not winning. Lately I've been too afraid to admit it, pushing the weight of the world on my shoulders. I don't even know how I'm dealing, feel like a part of me missing. And I've been looking around, but it's not in my vision. All that I got is earned, not given, but I feel locked down like my brain in prison. Spend a couple thousand to ease my mind, then I get it back, but I know I'm not fine. Everything built up all over time, but I gotta let it out, I can't hold it inside. Keep a smile on my face when they looking at me, but I know that's my only disguise. I'll be trying to get away from my problems. Yeah, you can run, but you can't hide. I've been up fighting my demons, and they be trying to pull me in. Yeah, every night I seen them, I won't back down, I'ma beat them. Yeah, I've been up fighting my demons, and they be trying to pull me in. Yeah, every night I seen them, I won't back down, I'ma beat them. I'm starting to feel like I've been under pressure. I'm keeping my foot on their neck, I won't let up. I know when I fall down, I gotta just get up. I brush it all off, I'm better than ever. Been through a lot, but I'm never gonna settle. Know that I've been heating up like a kettle. Thinking back when I was studying dental, now I got plaques coming on the way, that's special. Yeah, they all come from my spot, but I never stop moving. Gotta do more when I feel like I'm losing. Putting in work, that's the only solution. You the only one who you really be fooling. Damn, trying to find peace inside my head. I've been talking to God, but I'm left on red. I ain't got time to be feeling upset, so I keep doing my best. I've been up fighting my demons, and they be trying to pull me in. Yeah, every night I seen them, I won't back down, I'ma beat them. Yeah, I've been up fighting my demons, and they be trying to pull me in. Yeah, every night I seen them, I won't back down, I'ma beat them. We done came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. Hey, run it up, made a lot, but that's not enough. Got the labels all calling us, talking to me, but I hang it up, cause I got my fans and I'm proud of us. Never do it for the cameras, song a week and that stamina. Keep it going, I'm an animal, I unleash when they let me loose. I've been ready since like 02, getting my bread, now how about you? 100%, that's all I do, so now please don't talk about me. Sold out shows, that's all I see, yeah, they said no I in team, so I gotta be MVP. Come on. We done came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. Hey, never getting too cozy, cause they all coming for me. Used to sleep on the rollaway, now the whole team got the rollies. Roll deep in the Suburban, backseat and she working. This the life that I dreamed about when I could've paid a room service. Now it's electric curtains, but I still just scratch the surface. I'ma get right back to working, till I get my mom's the Birkin, till I get my pops the new bands, till I get my bro a few M's, till I got the whole fam, they ain't never gotta go to work again. We done came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me. Ain't nobody fuck with me mentally. Talking that shit, you dead to me, cause I ain't got time for my enemies. Told her come through, get ahead to me. Telling that truth, it'll set you free. I ain't like them, cause I'm all I need. When it come down to it, I'm a bad homie. Let me tell you right now, I'm the realest. Ain't nobody else ever do it like I did it. I ain't really had a competition in a minute, and a lot of other rappers out here flying spirit. I'ma stay consistent, feeling like a man on a mission, ballin' like I play for the Pistons, but I'm Blake Griffin. I'ma switch cities, doing shows. I be living on the road, going all around the globe. When it come down to it, I'ma never settle. I be trying to get the bands like it's heavy metal. I'ma put my foot down, keep it on the pedal, cause nobody ever gave me shit. I had to go and get it. I've been here for a while like a veteran, been through a lot, but it turned me.
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. Monday, July 26, 2021. Got quite a bit to talk about. Had a lot go on over the weekend. Had a UFC fight night. There was also a bare knuckle fight night on Friday night. Had the Olympics kickoff. Had some baseball. Have NFL, some NFL stuff going on. So we'll get to all that. Welcome to GSR. We are live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And appreciate you watching. Let's talk. We'll start off today with let's talk about some Olympic stuff first. Then we'll get to the UFC recap. United States men's basketball team. They lost their first game in the Olympics, 83-76 to France. This is the first loss in the Olympics since 2004. It broke a 25 Olympic game win streak. U.S. could not hit a shot for nothing in that game, especially in the fourth quarter. There toward the end, France went on a 16-2 run in the last 4 minutes of that game to win. We were up by 7 with I think 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game, and then we couldn't hit. And I'm talking about wide open looks, and we were just bricking them. It wasn't even like they were ones that went in and out and came out. I mean, it was just flat bricks. 3 wide open ones. Durant had one. Holiday had one. I think Levine had the other one, if I remember correctly. Durant was 4 for 12 on the game. Holiday was the leading scorer with 18 points. And this is the second consecutive loss to France in international play. They had lost to France back in the 2019 World Cup. I think the United States will get better as the tournament goes on, and I think they'll still get out of their pool. They play Iran today, and they're almost 40-point favorites. So they still have a good chance of getting out of their pool, but they need to win these next 2 games by as many points as they can, because point differential can be one of the tiebreakers when they go to the seeding. So that would be good to have. But I just think the team was constructed wrong. You have so many scorers, but you don't really have no facilitators, no court general that runs the court and kind of gets everybody else where they need to be. But I also don't think Durant's going to shoot 4 for 12 every night. I mean, we got some good players on this team. We just got to figure out the right combinations and hit shots. I mean, it wasn't like they were shots that were well defended shots. They were, wide open shots. A lot of wide open shots, and I think the United States is realizing a little bit that international play is a little more physical than what it is here and what the NBA is. Also in the Olympics, the Team USA women's softball team are 5-0 in the Olympics. They're going to play for a gold medal. They got their second walk-off win yesterday against. Yesterday's win was against Japan, and they'll play Japan in the gold medal game. Runs have been hard to come by in the women's softball. A lot of close games. Like I said, the United States have had 2 walk-off. Stewart hit a walk-off home run last night, or yesterday for Team USA to win. All right, let's talk some about the UFC. Or actually, no. Before we do that, there's still some more Olympics. We got to talk about Luka. Luka Doncic made his Olympic debut last night with Slovenia. He had 31 points in the first half. Finished the game with 48 points, which was a couple points off the record. He was balling, man, and the other team didn't have no answer for him. He's just more physical than about anybody that was on the court. But yeah, it was a phenomenal opening Olympic debut for Luka. See how he can follow that up with Slovenia's next game. But it was fun to watch last night. I watched that. I watched some of the swimming. The men's 4x100 meter relay team won gold last night. Watched some of the gymnastics. Simone Biles qualified for the finals in every event for the all-around. Didn't have her best day, though. She made a few uncharacteristic mistakes yesterday. They ended up not really costing her too much. But if they would have been keeping score yesterday, Russia would have been in first place. So USA is going to have to go into this team competition, I think, either today or tomorrow, and they're going to have to be focused because Russia's going to be right there with them, or whatever they call it now, Republic of Olympic Committee or something. And then, all right, let's talk some about the UFC. You had Sandhagen and Dillashaw in the main event. It was a pretty good card. Sandhagen and Dillashaw was a good fight. I thought Sandhagen won the fight. Elkins and Minir was good. Elkins ended up winning that fight. Phillips beat Pavea. Or wait, who won that fight? Yeah, Phillips won, but he didn't get the finish. Sandhagen. But there's 2 fights I want to talk about in particular because something is the UFC judges. The judges, something has to change. It is terrible. You watch 2 fights on that card where the other person won, and somehow the judges had to messed up, and the other person won. Miranda Maverick beat Macy Barber. I don't know how the hell Macy Barber won that by a split decision, or it might even been unanimous. I forget what the decision was, but Maverick won that fight. That was terrible. And then in the main event, Sandhagen beat Dillashaw. I don't want to hear about control time. Standing on your feet and you're just holding on to the guy on his back, or just standing behind the guy with your arms locked around his waist. That's not control time. Sandhagen landed more effective strikes and should have won that fight. They got to do something with these UFC judges. What I think they should do is quit using these judges they have now and get it worked out with the commission where they can use their own judges or whatever, and use former fighters. Use like Hall of Fame guys, or what I would do, I would try to get Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier, and even if you wanted to use Anik or Felder to help use guys like that as judges, because they know the game. They know what MMA is. They know they have more of a feel for how it should be, how it should be scored, and watching the fight, who won the fight, I think you'd see a lot less of these big time fuck ups or screw jobs, whatever you want to call them, in the UFC. If you had guys like some of these Hall of Fame fighters, retired fighters, get guys like that to be judges, guys that know the game, know what's going on, not guys that are boxing judges and they're coming over to the UFC and trying to judge something that's totally different than boxing. There's a lot of different factors you got to factor in. You got to factor in control time, cage control, significant strikes, submission attempts, takedowns, control time. There's a lot of stuff in MMA a judge has to take into the fact that you don't have to mess with in boxing. In boxing, all you got to do is just watch these guys punch each other and decide who wins. You don't have to worry about takedowns or the control time or none of that stuff. But they got to change something because it's getting ridiculous. I mean, there was even former UFC fighters tweeting out what's going on and tweeting out that this is terrible. But something has to change because if it keeps happening, people eventually, I know it'll take a while because UFC is really they're the top dog in this, but eventually people are going to quit buying these pay-per-views and spending their money on these fights when you don't have no clue what a fucking judge is going to do. Are they going to know what the fuck's going on, or are they going to watch a fight and see it totally different than most of the fucking rest of the world does? Something has to change. But I like the idea of getting guys like maybe like Rogan, Cormier, guys like that know the game. I know it won't happen because Dana White don't like him. But Ariel Helwani would be a good guy you could put on there with Cormier and Rogan, and let them three guys judge. Them are guys that have been around the game, know the game, and would do a lot. In my opinion, would do a lot better judging wise than what you're getting out of the current system. Because the current judging system fucking sucks. It just does. And Dana White's had to come out many times and basically say that, but there ain't nothing you can really do about it unless you, like I said, something has to change. You gotta get where you can use your own judges or get these guys to be certified as whatever they gotta do to be certified as a judge, to where they can you can use them, because the way you're doing it now eventually is going to end up hurting you in the long run, because people are going to get to the point where they're going to stop paying the fucking $80 a pop for the pay-per-views and shit like that when you're watching a fight and you know a guy fucking won and they come out and the judges give it to the other guy or other woman, and you know it's bullshit, but there ain't nothing you can do about it. And the other thing, it fucks up with the sports betting now. With betting being legal, it fucks up people's fucking bets. I would have hit my parlay if them two fights would have been judged the other way. And believe me, there's people that bet a lot more money than what I bet and lost that would have won if them fights were judged correctly. But Maverick beat Barber. I don't know who. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, well, yeah. See that I enjoyed that Friday night. That bare knuckle, the bare knuckle FC it was a good show Friday night, and The UFC was a good show on Saturday, but they have to fix the judges. I mean, the judging Saturday was just terrible. And then the bare knuckle on Friday. Paige Van Zandt lost her second straight fight in the BKFC. There was some good fights on there, some good knockouts. I like watching that. It's entertaining, man. Them people are crazy to get in there bare knuckle, but hey, they'll get in there and throw, and they eat some shots. And there were some good knockouts and good submission attempts and stuff in the UFC Saturday. It was it was fun to watch too. It's just when you have a couple fights that the judges fuck up, it runs the whole card. Yeah, bare knuckles. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dillashaw was gifted a win, and so was that Macy Barber. I don't know how you could watch that Sandhagen and Dillashaw fight, though, and tell me that Dillashaw beat Sandhagen. Would have been, like I said, I'd have hit my parlay if it wouldn't have been for that. But hey, it happens, and I'm sitting here bitching about it. But I'll be watching UFC this Saturday night. There's another fight night on. We'll be live for it. And then next weekend is the big pay-per-view. Derek Lewis against Cyril Gagné. And then you have Amanda Nunes against Pena on that card. That's going to be a pretty good card. But yeah, you see, even Ice Cole's thought Maverick Ice Cold. It was even he knows that Maverick won the fight. Oh yeah, TJ's gonna get crushed next fight. I agree. I don't know why they done that. Because Sandhagen, I thought Sandhagen and Maverick both won pretty easily, and they both got screwed. But I guess that happens sometimes, especially in the UFC, the way they have these judges set up right now. Oh yeah, that pay-per-view not this weekend, but next weekend with Lewis and Gagne is going to be good. Then you got Nunes and Pena, Casey Kenny, who's the Indiana boys on that card. So that'll be fun to watch. All right, let's see. Let's move over to the NFL for a minute. Deshaun Watson reports to Texans training camp. He is still saying that he wants traded. The Texans have actually came out and said that they would. They're willing to trade Watson now, and that they're taking calls, but they're asking for they want 4 or 5 first round picks and some players. I don't think they're going to get close to that, especially with this court case stuff hanging over Watson's head. I don't see a team giving up that much, giving up 5 first round picks and some players for him. Not until you know how long is he going to be suspended, or is he going to get put on the exempt list, or not knowing what's going to happen. I just don't see a whole lot of teams just giving up that many assets to get Watson when they don't know. Hell, they don't know when he'd be available to play. Is he going to be available first game, or is he going to be on the exempt list, or is he going to be suspended, or hell, is he going to be in jail, or you don't know. That's a weird case, but there's a lot of freaking women that came out. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all turns out. It appears the Vegas sports books are all bearing down. They expecting Aaron Rodgers to retire sometime this week, is what from what the reports are. I think he's going to retire before he plays for Green Bay. I really do. It'd be interesting to see. I think Green Bay's training camp starts either Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, I believe. We'll see if he shows up Wednesday. If he don't show up Wednesday, he'll get fined. Like you get fined for you get fined $50,000 for every day you miss, and that's a mandatory fine. It's not a fine that the team can say, "Oh, we're not going to fine you." As it was part of the CBA. So for every training camp practice they miss, they get fined $50,000. So you're probably not going to see as many people miss training camp, but I think Rodgers is going to make Green Bay. He's going to tell them that either trade me or I'm retiring, and then they'll basically see if Green Bay is going to try to trade him, or if they're going to if they think he's bluffing and don't trade him, and then he retires. I don't see him going back to Green Bay. Something between him and management happened, and he's not happy, and he's not going back. I mean, he never missed the mandatory, or not the mandatory, the voluntary stuff in the offseason. He's never missed that before until this year. Green Bay's front office fucked up, and I don't think there's any way they're going to be able to fix it. They better hope Jordan Love can play like they thought he could. But it's awful strange he wasn't even on the active roster last year. So I mean, you would think if he was used a first round pick on him, he would have been on the active roster. I don't think there was reporting any injury or anything. He just wasn't dressing. Frank Reich, coach of the Indianapolis Colts, tested positive for COVID. They don't know when his timetable for return. They don't know yet. He tested positive despite that he has been fully vaccinated. And he tested positive. I guess he don't have no symptoms, but he tested positive. So he's going to be – I'm not sure what the protocols is with that since he's been fully vaccinated. When he's going to get to go back. But that's my thing with NFL sending out these newsletters to all the teams and players about unvaccinated players. If there's an outbreak that's caused by unvaccinated players, the players will get fined, and teams will get fined, and games will get canceled. So, and then people won't. Players or like the teams don't get their game checks and shit, and I think they're getting ready to cause a big thing in the NFL because like Hopkins already came out and said that he might have to do some thinking on whether he's going to continue playing or not because of this COVID rules that they're trying to do on. For unvaccinated players. But my thing is you're going to penalize these guys. You didn't get the vaccine and you catch COVID, so you're going to get penalized and not get your game checks. But these guys that go get these vaccines and test positive for it anyway, they get a game check. Well, to me, that's bullshit. So basically you're saying right there that if you don't get vaccinated, I mean, you're basically saying you're trying to force these guys to get vaccinated is what you're trying to do. And it shouldn't be like that. Everybody has their choice whether they want to go get vaccinated or not. But if a player didn't get vaccinated and he gets COVID, he should still get paid, just like the other player. Because the other player done the same thing. He tested positive, but just because he got that vaccine, he still gets paid. I don't see how you can fine guys for catching COVID and you fine them because they didn't get the vaccine. To me, that sounds like that's going to be a lot of court cases, and it could turn into guys retiring or leaving teams. I think it's going to create a pretty big mess because, I mean, people aren't just going to give up their freedom to have choice just because you're going to penalize them if they don't. Yeah, that don't make much sense. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. We're also live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch with GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room. You can find me at Chris Gonzalez or at Gonzalez Sports on Twitter, or Chris D. Gonzalez on Facebook, or Chris Gonzalez on Instagram. Check out our YouTube page at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Got a lot of content on there. Check it out. Please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, please hit the follow button. Also, you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Also, we now have merch. Go check out our merch store at streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports /merch. Also, on that same link, there's a donation page if you'd like to donate to the show and help the show grow. We'd greatly appreciate that as well. But you can find that at that website, or you can click on the link in the video description. And it's also up at the top of your screen, and it's going across the bottom of the screen in the ticker. Okay, what else? I had some other stuff. All right, let's go through. I'm gonna give you guys give out the picks of the day that we gave out on Easy Money this morning. Steve wasn't here this morning. He had to get his appendix taken out over the weekend, so I think he'll be back either tomorrow or Wednesday. But he did call me and give me his picks for the day. All right, but in my picks today in Major League Baseball, I like the Mets money line, the Red Sox money line, the Tigers money line, the Angels money line, and the Reds money line. Stevie likes the Mets money line, the Cubs money line, the White Sox money line, and the Angels money line. I like all them picks that he gave out except one, because the Cubs aren't going to beat the Reds today. I'm a big Reds fan, so you got to take that for what it's worth. But no, I like the Mets against the Braves in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Stroman's capable of pitching now the whole 7 innings. He just came off the best start of the season against the Reds, where he pitched 8 innings. Braves have scored 2 runs or less in 5 of their last 7 games. I just think with the pitching of Stroman, and I think the Mets will have enough offense to take down the Braves today. Red Sox won 3 or 4 over the weekend against the Yankees. And Pivetta got a win over Toronto last week. And for Toronto, Hatch is making his first start of the season. And I like the Tigers. The Twins are just struggling, and the Twins traded away their best hitter, their second best hitters on the IL. They don't have much offense. So I like the Tigers there. Then I like the Angels over the Rockies. Ohtani's on the mound. He has a 1.87 ERA at home. And I just think he's going to be too much for the Rockies. Plus, the Angels have the 3rd highest batting average in the league. And Rockies have the worst road record in the league. So I like the Angels. And then I like the Reds over the Cubs. I look for the Reds to bounce back today. The Reds haven't played very good so far out of the break. They're 3-6, but Miley's been real effective this season, but so has Hendricks for the Cubs. Should be a good game, but I like the Reds coming out on top in this one. And then on Wednesday morning, the United States plays Iran. The United States basketball team plays Iran, and they're favored by like 39 points, something like that. It's outrageous. Don't forget, we're live every Monday. We're live Monday through Friday with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. Tomorrow we'll break down the slate of baseball games, and then we're going to we'll break down the NFL division, give out our picks of who we think is going to win each division, and kind of break down the divisions, talk about each team, have a little preview of each division. We'll start with the division tomorrow. Also, we're live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday with GSR, Gonzo'S Sports Room. We appreciate all the support we've been getting. Check out that merch store. We have a couple T-shirts, couple hoodies, couple hats on there. We have more merch coming here real soon. Check that out. There's also a donation page on there if you want to give a donation to help the show grow. We'd greatly appreciate that as well. Tell your friends about us. Help share our social media posts, get us out there. But no, we appreciate everything you got, or appreciate all the support we've been getting. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 11 for Easy Money, a sports betting show. And then we'll be back with GSR on Wednesday. Hope everybody has a good Monday. Get the week kicked off to a good start. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace.
I'ma always take the risk. When it come down to it, I ain't never call it quits. When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me. Ain't nobody fuck with me mentally. Talking that shit, you dead to me. Cause I ain't got time for my enemies. Told her come through, get ahead to me. Telling that truth, it'll set you free. I ain't like them cause I'm all I need. When it come down to it, I'ma bet